You're gonna go from A to B, but you're not gonna go like this, like super fast, just to reach a goal, which the masculine energy. You're gonna do it like with the flow, with maybe it's gonna take a bit more of time, but you're gonna get there in a more pleasant way. Living from your feminine energy is something really magical. How to be productive from your feminine energy. Hello, and welcome to my channel. Before starting, I just wanted to say something. Probably you're gonna find a lot of mistakes in the way that I speak, because obviously English is not my first language, but I just wanted to try this out. Why not? So I'm not going to apologize because of my mistakes. I just wanted to tell you that you're gonna find them, probably. So today I'm gonna share with you how can you be productive from your feminine energy. Living from your feminine energy is something really magical. It's something that I found like a couple of weeks ago, and my life is like I'm living from another place, like the only way I can express it. Like femininity or feminine and masculine energy are things, or are just energies, both are inside of us. And a couple of weeks ago, I realized that I spent my 29 years living from my masculine energy, which was very exhausting. Living from the feminine one has been really life changing. So this feminine energy, before going through how to be productive from this place, I want you to explain you what is this feminine energy. The whole world is made out of these two energies, feminine and masculine energy. The masculine energy is this energy of that is about productivity, it's about protection, it's about providing. Also, it's a type of energy that tends to control things, right? And for this type of energy, everything has to have like an ending. Everything has to be like doing with a purpose. Everything is very structured. If you see, is the way in which we are living, because that the energy is masculine. Even in ourselves as women, the energy is very masculine, right? Because we want to be powerful, and we want to be leaders, and we want to be many great things, which is amazing, but from our masculine energy. So we neglect the feminine energy, this energy in which is beauty, is creativity, is expression, is power, is so many incredible things that we tend to neglect because we think that they are not useful, like the emotions. How many times have we said to ourselves, we are so dramatical, we are drama, just because we show emotions, we show our power. And in how many ways have we been neglecting our femininity, right? So it's moment for us to realize about this and to make a change, because for sure we are living in a world in which there is a lot of unbalance, and only when we can bring or rise this really feminine energy, we can bring balance to the world. So living from your feminine energy, it means to embrace both the two parts. One part, which is like the light part of the feminine energy, is your softness, your sense of receiving, just because you are amazing value. Just embrace compassion, to flow, right? Not to do just things because you have to get somewhere, to flow with the things that you're doing, to be creative. Also is to embrace this other part of you, which is power, which is fire, and you can feel it inside yourself, which is passion. This part of me, I've been struggling my whole life as well. I think that is even more neglected than this other soft part, because the soft part of the feminine energy is to say the ideal woman, right? And it's this like very, very soft thing that everybody loves, but it's very easy to control and to manipulate, right? And that's why we have to also embrace this other part of the woman, which is like, power, and it's fire, and it's like, put limits, and to protect yourself, to protect your heart from your feminine side. Of course, we have to learn to balance off all these things, but first we have to learn to embrace them, right? Because this other part of the woman is the part of life from how many years the world has been saying that if you act like this, you are just crazy, and then you just are the crazy woman who expresses her emotions, who cries, who screams, who can laugh like very loudly, right? And myself, I've been neglecting this fire part my whole life. In Spanish, I come from Venezuela, and I cannot even say it like in Spanish bad words, because I feel bad about it. I feel bad with myself. It's not because I don't want, of course, or maybe I just don't want, but I don't know if I feel in my inside of me that I don't have the choice, because I feel so bad that to pronounce these words for me is very difficult. And so that's the the way I've been raised, what I have in my psychology. As women, they teach us that we have to be quiet, that we have to be polite, that we have to be pleasant, that we have to be nurturing. This word is very complicated for me, but whatever. But it is one part of femininity, but it's not the whole part of femininity, and we have to learn to embrace the other part as well, right? So living and being productive from my feminine energy, it means like to embrace whatever thing I'm doing, to create rituals which connect, in which I can connect with my femininity. I'm gonna give you just several examples for you to understand better. For example, let's say that I'm doing these type of videos, right? I'm doing it in Spanish, and now I'm just trying in English to have fun. And I have to edit the videos, which is not my favorite part. But what I do now? Before, what I was doing, it was like everything, Carmen, you have to do everything quick, structured, go fast. We have to do this. I had a masculine inside of me, which was very controlled. He controlled everything that I wanted to do. He wanted to do it in a productive way. Until I say no longer. So what I do now is just I take my time. For example, I make myself a coffee, I play music, and I turn on, I don't know, this like type of incense or Palo Santo, which creates a very nice environment for me, a very nice vibe. And then when I'm editing the videos, I just in the process, in the flow of editing the video. I'm not rushing myself to finish. Of course, we cannot maybe do all the things in life like this, but it's very important for you to find things in your everyday life in which you can just go through the process. Let's see that you are drinking coffee, which you love, right? Instead of just drinking your coffee and think about all the things that you have to do in the day, take a moment, right? And just while you're preparing your coffee, be very present. While you're serving the coffee or the tea, let's see, you serve the tea and you're hearing like how the water is falling, and then you're touching like your cup of tea or your cup of coffee, and you smell it, and then you taste it, and you're really involved yourself in the process, and then you observe what sensations arise when you drink the coffee, and when you taste whatever you're drinking or whatever you're eating, and you can express what you feel. This is so delicious, and you can be grateful about it if you want, and you can do this practice in as many activities in the day as you can, like to be present, to involve. And yes, you're gonna shift, you're gonna go from A to B, but you're not gonna go like this, like super fast, just to reach a goal, which the masculine energy, you're gonna do it like with the flow, with maybe it's gonna take a bit more of time, but you're gonna get there in a more pleasant way. And yes, it's very important for your feminine energy that you create spaces, if you can, if you have that possibility, that you create spaces between things, right? So you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush to go from one place to another place. So you can take actually your time. That's very important because that's the feminine. I think that femininity or the energy, feminine energy, is not a stereotype. We cannot say, oh, this is like this woman, she's very feminine because she looks like this. That's not femininity. You can look like the stereotype of femininity and just be in your masculine, like if I've been living my whole life. Femininity is like infinite possibilities, like the whole creation. And if you see like in the yoga culture, for example, or Hinduism, they have this Shiva and Shakti, Purusha and Prakriti, which like the masculine is the container, which in everything is, and that's the masculine energy, and the feminine energy is everything that is inside. That means that is the manifestation of everything. That's the feminine energy. So it involves everything, right? So you have to find, it's very important as well for you to find things in which you connect with yourself, in which you involve. For example, for me, it's dancing. I just love to dance. When I hear the music, it's like my body starts to move. It's not that I'm doing like, not trying to achieve any specific move. It's just my body enjoying the music. It moves. For example, braiding. I love to braid. I connect to myself through braiding and to braiding other women as well. And for me, it's like when I do a braid, it's like I'm there enjoying very much the process. Of course, I want the braid to be pretty, but if it's not pretty at the end, or if it's to the person, it didn't like the person the braid, for me, it's like I already enjoyed that moment, right? So I'm not thinking about how it's gonna be the end. Always like when I'm braiding. For example, to do these videos, I create my little ritual as well, in which I make my tea, or I prepare the tea. I turn on some like incense. Oh my god. This word is also difficult in English. Incienso, okay, or Palo Santo, as I say. You create your ritual. Before that, I was listening to music, I was dancing, so that allows me to do things in a more like pleasant way, right? And I'm not always thinking that I want to achieve something, right? I'm involving myself in the process of doing the things, and then I give it to the world. If it's likable or not, that's to the world to decide if you like it or not. But I already enjoy the process, and here is my gift. So yes, I think those are the most important things for you to like be productive from your energy, from your feminine energy. Every woman, every person has a different schedule. I'm not telling you that you have to do everything in your life in this way, which if you could, it would be amazing, right? If you have the time, it will be amazing. I swear that you're gonna love it. But I mean, we are in our everyday life, and just the only thing that I can tell you is that if you have the amazing possibility that you already have a place in where to live, and you have food, right, that you can nourish yourself every day, and you don't have to worry about these two things. You're in a safe place. The best thing that you can do to yourself is to get to know yourself, to go inside yourself, to connect with yourself, instead of like just do things just to compensate things that you don't want to feel, because many times, like most of the times, to go inside is really painful, because you're gonna see things that you don't like, you're gonna feel pain, you're gonna feel emotions, and maybe you're not gonna like it, and you want to run away from that. But going through that is like actually to start living and stop like just surviving like we have been doing, like, yeah, our whole life. It's time, it's a moment for you to connect and reconnect with yourself and with your true essence. And yes, my dear friend, I really hope you could understand this video or this episode. If you have your special ritual, or if you have something that makes you connect with yourself in a deeper level, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you soon. Bye. Namaste.